And welcome back and welcome. I was not expecting us to switch this early. Welcome back and welcome back to another week, another edition of ESL Open Cup Americas number 241. I'm of course Joseph VIP, and with me I'm joined by these amazing players and by our lovely people in the chat. Welcome to your weekly dose of America StarCraft. Again, last night we were live with the ESL Asia version of this event. Likewise, ESL Europe just wrapped up as well, and now we are here to close it off with ESL Americas. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Site Delta, we have our Canadian Terran player, the Teal Terran representing Team Gosu. It is Greenert. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have the other Canadian player, the Canadian Zerg player, the purple Zerg representing Born Gosu. It is HuntedSwarm. And if you're in the chat, get your gambler going. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will advance on in the series. Likewise, exclamation mark B in the chat if you guys want to have a look at the bracket yourself. The bracket is stacked, the bracket is massive, the bracket is full of amazing players, and there's a lot to go over. Oh boy. It's not. Here we go. Until then, of course, we're going to be settling into our TvZ. We have been casting HuntedSwarm for some time now. I say that last week we did feature him. Greenert is a player that I haven't been able to feature too often on the channel, so I'm excited to see how they confirm or how they do perform, as they are a fellow GM, or they are a GM player here in the Americas region. So I'm excited to see how they can advance on here and how they can compare to some of these other players, especially the pro players, which are going to be coming up in the later rounds. Until then, we're calming down, we're settling in. Alright, settling in. Also, I just woke up. That's why I'm like muddling my words a little bit here and there. I'm still waking up, Papi. I'm still we're getting there. We're getting there. Aye. But I did sleep very nicely though. Like right after the cast last night with ESL Asia, I went right to bed. I just got all the sleep. It was beautiful. It was beautiful, Papi. God. Until then, though, we're going to be settling in. And likewise, so far we did have a pool first opener. It was an interesting build by HuntedSwarm, just a little bit more safe, it did seem like, especially since we didn't move out with our Lings. The Reapers arrived, one Ling going to be going down, second Ling goes down as well. Nice trade so far out of Greenert, will rotate around. Likewise, Ling speed is on the way, and we have not pulled out of gas completely here, so I'm curious if we're going to be using that gas for something. I'm curious if HuntedSwarm is going to be going to a faster lair, into a Roach Horn, into some kind of higher form of tech. It is possible here for the Zerg player. For now, the Reaper's trying to keep up with what's going on, and we'll go for the Tumor. Ooh, does get it. Tumor does go down. Reaper gets the hell out of here. Does pivot away. Behind this, Greenert's getting into a 1-1-1. A bit of a more assertive, a bit of a more aggressive build here, going for a Starport before CC, before third base. So much more aggressive from our Teal Terran player. Meanwhile, across the map, HuntedSwarm will finally take the third base. Third was delayed by a couple of seconds, but is now on the way. But really, it's going to be all about the aggression of the Terran. It's going to be all about the Hellions and soon-to-be Banshees. There we go. We're going for the add-on swap. It's going to be Banshee production here from Greenert. Technically, yeah, should be Banshees. I was going to say, I mean, could be BCs, but if that was the case, usually we'd see the Fusion Core, and we wouldn't see an add-on swap here from the Starport. So Hellions and Banshees on the horizon for the Terran player. Ooh, as we hunt out an Overlord, it doesn't quite supply a look, but we are getting damage done nonetheless, and the Hellions, they have arrived. Hellions are here. Imagine getting out of bed. It's been a while since I've casted from my bed. One of these days, we need to bring it back. We need to... I need to bring back the bench casting. Aye. Oh no. Not like this. Not on Twitch. Not on Twitch. Meanwhile, as we can see here, we have been continuing to mine gas, but we haven't really made use of it. So it looks like a little bit of inefficiency out of HuntedSwarm. I say that there's the lair. Okay, we're going into the lair, taking another gas already, taking 3 gases, and we have our answer. It is going to be for roaches. So HuntedSwarm is going for a bit of a more roach-heavy style. Hellions have arrived. They confirm lack of saturation at the third base. They can poke into the natural and get an eye on the tech, and they will. We just scan ahead of time. We can take down the tumors, and we do confirm the Roach Warren. Protoran's on the way. Back at home, we already have our Banshees amassing. Cloak is being researched. We can soon move out with 2 of our Banshees and wreak havoc across the map. Meanwhile, Greenert is still doubling down. A third CC heavily delayed for Greenert, going for another Rax. Okay, let's go. Getting into our 2-on-1 setup here before that third TC. So again, a very aggressive build out of Greenert. That's a lot of Hellions. That's a lot of Hellions, Pappy. And how much damage can we get done? It looks like we do threaten the middle line. There are Lings to defend, but only Lings, and they're gonna get roasted. Lings, they come in first round. Decent setup here on the Hellions, but alas, we slip away. The Hellions are the Lings are roasted, and we can go further from here, but alas, we don't commit. We can see Greenert being quite safe here with these Hellions. We could try to rush past the Queens and get into a mineral line, but we are holding off on that. Meanwhile, Overlord speed is on the way. Roaches are amassing. We have that lair. Are we planning to go for a drop load all in? If this was a pro game, I would assume Drop Lord's Queens being loaded up and we just go for it all in across the map, but we're droning. We can see HuntedSwarm is droning, so it looks like Overlord speed is just for scouting information more than anything. Looks like Greenert is just trying to keep up and try to settle in, and there's no Spore! No! There's no Spore at the third base. Drones are going to be going down. The Banshees, they wreak havoc. They get 6, 7, 8 drone kills already, and we're not done. Not even close. Overshooters are on the way. Do we have a Spore? We have Spores on the way in the main of the natural, but alas, we lose every single worker at the third base. That is 15 drones going down. That is game-ending damage. That's far too much already, and we're not done. Oh, we're getting up to 20 drone kills. Not like this. 20, 21. 21 workers go down. And the Banshees are still looking quite healthy. And on top of that, it's not just the Banshees, we have Hellions as well, still marauding around. There's a Raven alongside the Hellions. Thankfully, it is not mech. We're getting into Bio behind this. Marines, Marauders, tanks are amassing back at home. We're getting ready for the eventual push. And Greenert has set himself up beautifully. We've killed workers, queens, more workers, more drones. I'm afraid to look, but it's been 21 worker kills already here for Greenert. And HuntedSwarm has some catching up to do. Either we try to catch up or we just go for an all-in. As we can see here, we're rejoining. We're trying to resaturate that base, which means our goal here is for a longer game. It's not an easy road to walk here for HuntedSwarm, but we're committed. Okay. Okay, Pappy, okay. We're going for it. Meanwhile, we do have a Greenert likewise threatening a dive towards the natural as well. The wall is wide open. We get in! No! The wall is open. We get into the natural. The Queen is getting roasted. We just go for the mineral line. Order tarts are thrown down, and we just ignore the natural, go straight for the main base. And we get a full scout. We confirm the Spire. No, we're lighting up! The drones line up as well, and we roast them up. Oh, okay. Oh my god, another 20 workers! Another 23 drones go down. That is 44 drones in total. With that, here comes the move out. Here comes finally the first push of the game. We've been harassing with Hellions, harassing with Banshees, but now this is where we look to end it. And because we lost so many units over the course of this early game, I don't see a world where HuntedSwarm can survive this. Looking at the unit tab, we have 5 Roaches, we have 3 Ravagers against a Terran army, against Man with Gun. And Man with Gun is pretty good. Tanks are sieging up. We're just closing off the army, looking it off from the natural base. And we just commit. We just stim on forward, we commit in, we dive on top of what little is left here. Mutas are on the way, but Mutas, they're not going to be enough. GG gets called, and Greenert will take game number 1. GG. Greenert will take the first game. And again, he's coming in as the favorite player. I want to believe that HuntedSwarm can show off a little bit more here, but game 1 was heavily in favor of the Terran here, popping off with the initial Hellion Banshee harass. The eventual move out was, again, really to tie things up. It was the early game harassment and aggression that really popped off, and that is on our Zerg player here for not being able to prepare in time with Spores, with Queens, with SimCity. Unfortunately, we were caught with our pants down. The pants were down, Bobby. The pants were down. And with that, Greenert will take a lead, but we're still in mid-series. We're still waiting to jump into game number 2, and we'll see if HuntedSwarm has something else in store for us. I'm curious what the map is going to be, and whether we can involve a little bit of cheese, a little bit of cheddar, a little bit of spice in it, Bobby. Oh, spicy cheese. Let's go. I'm ready for it. Likewise, after this series, we can embrace the brackets and go over some of the eventual matches, go over some of the players that are competing here tonight. We'll get there. Until then, we're jumping in. Until then, we are jumping into game number 2, and we're going to be loading into... Interesting. We're going to be jumping into Amphion. Let's go. Also, as we settle into our series, a big shout out to all the people in the chat as well. Shout out to Sounder, Babylings, Einstein as well. Welcome. I see Based Restart. I see Ursus. Bienvenidos. Bienvenidos. Buenos dias. Good morning. Kalasi, Colossal Gulp. I see Goro in the chat. Of course, Kuro. Always lurking in the background. I see NA Hammy 7 as well. Welcome. Welcome. Good morning. Now we're calming things down. I just saw. I've heard things will be slow this September, but if things go well in about a year, I'll gladly sponsor a tournament that brings some light to your channel. Okay. Shaking my head. As we're getting into game 2 and spawning in the top left-hand corner of Amphion, we have our Canadian Terran player, the Teal Terran, representing Team Gosu, leading the series 1-0. It is Greenert. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the other Canadian player, the Canadian Zerg player, the Red Zerg representing Team Born Gosu. It is HuntedSwarm. Should have never bet on the Canadian. Kappa. As the Canadians are facing off against each other. Once again, a pool first opener out of HuntedSwarm. All the Gosu teams, by the way. It's Team Gosu versus Born Gosu. Who is the real Gosu? Does it mean anything at all anymore? Does it, has the word been played out? Oh my god, as we are opening up 2-Rax Reaper. Okay, Greenert's going for a much more assertive, much more aggressive build. Going 2-Rax Reaper, going to be moving out across the map with a massive amount of Reapers. Meanwhile, HuntedSwarm did go for, once again, another safe opener. It was a pool hatch gas opener here out of HuntedSwarm. This does mean, or this should mean, earlier Queen production, but with delayed gases, we'll see. We'll see if we can keep up with the Reapers and keep up with the aggression of Greenert. As we prioritize gas mining, interesting. Also, I assume it was a pool hatch gas opener, but it might have been gas before pool. Gas before hatch. If that's the case, then link speed will be finishing up a little bit earlier than usual, and we can use that to keep up with the Reapers. But until that does occur, Greenert will be in control. Everyone Scout trying to get a read on what's going on. We'll confirm the lack of racks on the high ground, but I mean, it should be throwing down the low ground regardless. So HuntedSwarm has a piece of the puzzle. Reaper's already moving out across the map, and we'll see if we can keep up. As Reaper has arrived, going to be dancing with the drones, and the first drone going to be going down already. One drone goes down. Oh boy. We have a queen at least in the main base, but we are lacking that second queen in the main. We have a queen on the way to the natural base. Alas, this Reaper aggression already dealing a lot of damage, and more Reapers are on the way. And we're just containing HuntedSwarm to a 1-base economy. At least until the other queen does arrive. And Greenert, he can have his way with this army here. We can chase down the Lings, we can camp the production, camp the mineral line, more Reapers have arrived. Oof. And, oh no, this is not gonna be... Look away, Zerg players, look away, it's not gonna be pretty. The queen pops out, but we want the drone. We want it, and we're not gonna get it. Reapers are gonna be forced back. But the Lings are not. The Lings are cleaned up, and meanwhile back at home we're transitioning. We're of course expanding, taking our natural base, and working towards our add-ons. Tech lab, reactor, stim, reactor marine production, third TCs on the way. And that is an early Bailey nest. Hello? Okay, you have my attention. Ling speed about to finish up, but no, we get more Lings! More Lings get caught out. Barely any saturation here on the low ground as well. And HuntedSwarm stumbling his way into the mid-game. The Bailey nest is interesting. That tells us that most likely a Bane bus is ahead of us. That would make the most sense, but we just barely have an economy to work with here. Greenert catches another drone. Drone is going to be going down. Likewise, Greenert rotating over, catching another would-be expansion. Oh! Does lay the third base. And even though we have the Baitliness, even though we are prioritizing gas income, we're not making lings. We're droning. We're still droning up. So, HuntedSwarm, he's got 1 foot in one end and 1 foot in the other. What I mean by this is that we're getting ready for aggression. We have a lair on the way, but we've also been droning. Now we have ling production, but what is the lair for? Now we're droning again. Like, Wait, I'm getting mixed signals, Pappy. I don't understand. We're doing a little bit of everything, which means when it comes to either one, we're not really able to bring our best foot forward in that sense. Part of us wants to go all in, the other part of us wants the macro. And with that inner conflict ensuing upon HuntedSwarm, Greenert is massing up at Marines and getting to stem. Greenert is getting ready for his own move out. Remember, third CC is done. We're getting into the rest of our Vexes. Getting ready to move out. Meanwhile, Link Speed, has been done for quite some time. We're going for the Reapers. We will trap them. And there's no way out. We shut down the Reapers. And we're still making more Lings. Now, HuntedSwarm did get up to 2 base saturation, did turn up to 34. Third hatchery has been thrown down, and we are moving out across the map. And now it's time to bust. I would assume. Mutas? Oh my god. He's crazy. Okay. We throw down a Spire instead, and we're going for Mutas. Interesting. Okay, HuntedSwarm. Okay, I see you. I see you. Bailings are on the way. There's no bunker. Bear that in mind, there's no bunker. Greenert has no idea how much danger he's in. I just realized the wall is not a wall. We don't actually need the Bailings. But what I'm curious about, though, is... Oh, will we be able to catch Greenert with his pants down? We're going for a double drop across the map at the same time. We only leave a handful of Marines back at home to defend. We can try to break this, and we're going in. We are going in. The Lings, they flood on through. They get a surround on the Marines, or at least they try to. Nice spread there from Greenert. Bailings, they go for the mineral line. The SCVs! Ooh. We do connect. Workers are going down. We clean up the Marines as well, and at the same time, the drop is racing back home. We get into the main. Ooh, big connections. Not bad. 11 SCVs go down, but we still have an economic lead. Greenert is still ahead in the economy. His third base is fully operational. 12 worker kills is okay, but it is not good enough. Oh. I think you just realized that the wall was open. I don't think that was intentional. There you go. Yeah. He thought the wall was a wall, Pappy. It's okay, it's okay. It's a hero wall, don't worry about it, don't worry about it. But the wall has been patched up. At the same time, Greenert moving out with his double drop. We can see a secondary Bane bus is being prepared. Mutas are amassing as well. But we have nothing at home to defend. Oh. We don't have much at home. HuntedSwarm does commit. We're going in. We are going in. Bailey's, what do they crash into? So far, the Lings are body blocking, and oh, the Marines are wreaking havoc here. We do hold on at the same time across the map. We get on top of the third base. That is a kill on the hatchery. Hatchery goes down. Greenert likewise making his way into the main. HuntedSwarm's racing back. Could be supply blocked. No. It's supply block. Gonna try and go for this round, but again, without Bailings, we can stand and fight. Somewhat. We get surrounded. Bailings crash in. We defend. We hold. Lost Mutas. What? As we do force back the army. Meanwhile, back at home, we're still just building up. Our third base, freely, fully mining, fully saturated, up and running. HuntedSwarm. And needs time to rebuild. He's stuck on 2 bases, getting into Mutas against Mass Marine. It's not going to be pretty. Oh my god. As we are going to be racing back home, we force a cancel. Getting a worker, and it looks like with this final move out here with Widow Mines, with Marines, this should be the nail of the coffin. I say that just because HuntedSwarm has so little to defend. We have Mutas, we have a handful of Bailings, we have 18 Lings in production. If we can land the most perfect Bailing connections, then maybe we can hold on. That's going to be a big if. Nice split two out of Greenert. Wouldn't mind our setup. Oh my god, we catch out the mutas! Yeah, the mutas, they cannot touch these Marines. They get shut down. GG gets called, and Greenert will take the series 2-0, advancing on to the next round. GG. GG, well played. Greenert will take the series, but again, he came in as the favorite player. He is GM. A shout out to HuntedSwarm for, jumping in, for taking part in the event regardless of his own rank, regardless of his own league. Do appreciate it, always, always. So big shout to HuntedSwarm, but congratulations to Greenert. Congratulations. We'll take the series, we'll advance on into the next round, and we are going to be following Greenert into the round of 32. Just need to message some players and make sure that we're all good to go. Make sure we don't get left behind.